Hello and welcome to Tête-à-tête with Tiwa. Did I say that right? Hello and welcome to Tête-à-tête with Tiwa. I'm Tineke.
And I'm Wale.
And it's been so long since we've done this, I don't even know how to pronounce it anymore. Did you miss us? We've been away for a while, but blame him because
Of course.
no, but it's true. Getting him to sit down and record has been like a nightmare. So anyway, we've got a chance today, so we're going to rush into it. Have you missed them?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over the blame him.
But it is your fault though, isn't it, that we haven't recorded?
Well, no, not 100%, no.
90.
60, perhaps.
But 60 is still the majority.
Yeah, so I'm willing to take that much on.
Okay, all right. Anyway, it's his fault. So today we are going to talk about, you know what we're talking about today?
I have no
So
idea.
on another thing that I do, Zaza zooms in, we had a conversation, me and a couple of my friends, about whether we had given our dreams up for our spouse. And we were women talking about whether we'd given our dreams up for our spouse. And it got a lot of feedback really from people saying that, wow, this is, but there was a gentleman that left a comment and he said, what about the men that have given up their dreams for their spouse? Because obviously it was us as women speaking about our men. So I thought we could tackle that because you kind of sort of half-ish gave up.
You see, there you go.
Okay, all right. So do you think that you gave up your dream or one of your dreams or whatever for me?
Yeah, I did. I think, and I think, I think we've discussed this before, where we said perhaps men don't speak up enough, which is why a lot of stuff that men also go through is, well, not swept under the carpet. It's just not discussed. So there are times when you don't even know that it's there. Now, so for me, did I give up my dream? Yes, because my plan was to go into the military. And as you know, yes, okay.
As I know. Okay, so which dream are you talking about when you first? Because you see, when Wale was 19, 18, I don't know, when he was on his way to America. He came via England to see his sibling on his way to America, and he was off to Valley Forge Academy. Yeah. So he was off to military school in America. And
to start on the 5th of January.
And he came and he met me. Well, he re-met me because obviously he knew me from before. And he never went.
So, yes. And so there was a choice I had.
But I wasn't your spouse. So please don't let it be like as if.
No, but you see, this is the thing. What's that? I forget who sings the song. What you won't do for love. Yeah, that I'd fallen in love. And so it was a choice that I had to make. I remember in December, because I was going to leave at the end of December. And I remember thinking, wow, I start in a week's time or something like that. But what I was feeling in my heart was bigger than what that dream was, juicy. And so I made the decision.
But can we just say here that I had nothing to do with that, in the sense
No.
Yeah. No, I didn't pressurize. I didn't just say you weren't going anymore. And I honestly, it wasn't until later that I realized that it was because of me, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I wasn't.
So
it wasn't so much for your spouse, but it's a very similar situation. But I think maybe again to a certain extent back in the military, because you were doing the whole Sandhurst thing.
Yeah, but so
like a husband in the military. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some people just went praying against it.
So, he kept saying to me, but there won't be another war. I'm like, but how do you know there won't be another war? Do
Well,
you know
I
what
was wrong, actually.
Yeah, he was wrong, and he would have been in those wars.
Not long after that came the Iraq War, or the invasion on Iraq, whichever way you might want to see it. Anyhow, not long after that came that period.
So you see, in the conversation that I had with my friends, one of the things we were saying was that as women, in general, and we're generalizing and we're talking from our own experience, it seems that we tend to step back to let the man pursue his dream, because we're there to help. We're helpers, and that's our role to a certain extent, and we do that. Now, what I was challenging, or what I was saying, was that I feel like it is our role to a certain extent as women to step back for a period and let the man. But what I said was that I felt that at a certain point, the man should then call the woman and say, okay, love, now it's time for you to pick up your dreams and go. After he has hit his own dreams, or after he has the challenge is that a lot of times some of our men don't quite get to their dreams, or they're chasing a different dream, so they're constantly chasing dreams. So we never have the opportunity to chase our own dreams. So that was kind of what, and then we were now talking about the fact that we don't actually think that our husbands at any point in time told us, pause your dream for me. But instinctively we did.
Right.
And to a certain extent, we then resent him because we're like, I gave all this up for you.
Meanwhile, he never actually said.
He didn't, yes, So it's that thing of, I guess communication is the issue, and letting him know. So look here, mate, right? Do you know what I've given up for you?
I know you've sacrificed a lot for me.
No, I wasn't expecting that response. I was ready for you. So yes, I think so what do you think? Because we always say this thing that a marriage is a partnership, and it's like sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, when they said that you've sacrificed a lot for me, but I think it's actually you've sacrificed a lot for us.
For us, the family. Yeah, yes, which was the other thing we brought out.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, because I think
it starts off for your spouse, but it really ends up being for the greater good of the family.
Right,
yes.
Yeah, and that's the whole, yes. So, go on, my love. Go and live your dream. Okay.
You don't know what my dreams are. I will just leave now. You won't be able to find me.
I agree that women, without a shadow of a doubt, in the most part, women do automatically, naturally give up what would be a lot of the time their dreams for like you said, first of all their spouse, and then consequently for the greater good of the home. And yes, so that's one. Number two is that men also do for that same reason, for their spouse, and also for actually, you know what, I think probably for the greater good of the family as well, but I think when men do give up, they do give it up for their spouse.
What do you mean? As in they don't do it, they don't realize it's for the family, or they don't do it for the family, they do it for the spouse?
They do it for the spouse.
The fact that it affects the family is a bonus.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Where women already have and I hope this is not a wrong term, but the homestead mentality of building a home. Which
I see what you mean.
Men don't necessarily have that homestead.
Yeah, so we have mentality. Like a bigger picture.
Yeah.
In terms of,
men, it's more for that person. That's what I mean, yeah.
Because you're kind of one track people.
Okay, anyway.
But I actually think, to be fair, I actually think that it's probably much harder for a man. And I mean, I'm not saying it's not hard for a woman. It is hard for a woman, but I feel like it somehow comes a bit, like you said, it's a bit more natural to us.
Yeah.
So maybe to be more giving, to be more, type of thing. So we will give up without thinking too much about it. And what we were saying in that episode that I was talking to my friends was like, we at the time we gave up, we didn't even necessarily realize we were giving up or what we were giving up, because we were just doing it for the greater good, for
Yeah,
the family.
yeah,
This is what
yeah.
works at this point in time. So we didn't necessarily. So it's later when we're looking back, we're thinking, but I actually wanted to do this.
This,
Like what one of
do
the girls
that.
was saying, she wanted to just live in Paris in a 2-bedroom apartment by herself.
Right.
But it's not like she can get up now and do that because she has a whole family to think about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's little things like that. So it's not necessarily that you had a list of, oh, this is my dream, this is my dream, this is my dream. So we couldn't really say, oh, whilst yours was very clear cut, my dream is to be in the army. And you gave that up.
Yeah.
Ours are not so clear cut.
Right. Excuse me, people.
So I do I do think that maybe it is harder for men to give up their dream. And maybe also because of upbringing, that you don't expect to be the one. Because it's almost, again, this, we're in very dodgy territory here because
Cultural.
yeah, but it's almost like the woman is the one that follows the man.
Yeah, this is across cultures.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's dodgy territory because I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with it, although biblically, yeah. So you know what I mean? But it's almost like the reason why I said I think it's harder for men is because I think it comes more naturally to women, but maybe also because we're kind of raised that way. We're kind of taught that,
Yes, even biblically, you're just talking about we're talking about the construct of societies. So is it patriarchal or is it matriarchal? They have been matriarchal societies, there have been patriarchal societies. We see mostly patriarchal societies.
yeah.
But then there are also matriarchal societies. So I think it will be even
Depend
that
on
will
the,
depend on the construct of a particular society. You see?
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know. I mean, what I said, right? And I think maybe this is right in both cases, which is what I was saying, is that there should be an opportunity for both people to follow their dreams, but maybe at different times. And so it's about making sure that each person has the opportunity. Because I think sometimes what happens with women, and again, I'm generalizing, but with women is that we're so busy pushing the man to his dream that our dream just gets lost somewhere, or we kind of force our dream. Because even what Roz was saying in that thing was that when she would work out how to want what was his dream, because that's what was going to happen. Right. So let me find a way to be happy. Yeah, to align. You know what I mean? And I think that's very true of a lot of women.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, okay, this is what's happening, so I'm going to get on board.
Yeah.
And that's, so it's an interesting one. So I don't know. I mean,
so there's that.
Yeah.
But then let me throw up another thing. Let's say women who have some, let's say, specific career lines.
Yeah.
Well, let's say a doctor, for instance. So we're not talking. So the lady is a doctor.
Yeah. Should I draw this cutter?
There's a shadow.
Better. Worse?
I wonder.
Better.
Yeah. Now it's well. Look,
dark.
They can be seen.
Okay.
So let's take, for instance, a lady that's a doctor. That's her career, right? And the husband is an architect. So he's continued doing his architecture. She's continued being a doctor. Children have come into the equation. They've managed to, to work through that. Nobody's given up their dreams there. Well, not dreams, sorry. They haven't given up their set career.
Yes, I think it's slightly different.
The dream is different.
But it's still relevant to a certain extent, because I think, I'm thinking of a particular cousin of mine who is a doctor, and I remember that she didn't have children till quite late because of her career. She needed to get past a particular stage, or she felt she needed to get to a particular stage before she could step out for enough time to take maternity leave. She had to be at a certain level. So I think to a certain extent, from that point of view, and her husband obviously supported her in that. But it wasn't, I guess it was a dream, but it was a career-focused dream. And it's not just career dreams we're talking about. So I think, yes, you're right, but bigger dreams, like Are they dreams bigger than career
you
dream?
want to go and chill out on a beach.
I'm telling you. Yeah, you know me so well.
Mm,
Like those types of traveling every month. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
To the entire world, going around Africa. You know, I really want to go to every country in Africa.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You can do it now.
I know I can do it now. You heard him say I can do it now. When you people can't find me anywhere, you heard him say I can do it now.
Yeah, already doing it.
I'll try my best. I'm trying my best. Yeah, so no, obviously, but you see, and there's other factors that come in. I can do it now because my children are older. Do you know what I mean? So there are many factors that come into this. But let's be fair, my dream, while this is one of my dreams, that would not be my dream that I would say that I gave up, because yes, I did give up traveling. I used to travel a lot, and then once I became a mom, so I did give up traveling, and I've kind of resumed it over the last couple of years as the kids have got older. But it's other things. It's not just because traveling is one that you can, and you see, and that was the point. They're dreams that I guess can't be revisited, which is what Chinwe was saying, that they're dreams that she really wanted to do, but she can't do because the time has passed, the era has passed, it just can't happen now. But then another friend made a comment and said, well, dream new dreams. Well, so maybe that's what we need to do.
Look at that.
Having given up our dreams for our spouses or for our family, we can now dream new dreams and start to follow those dreams because, I guess, I don't know.
That's giving me ideas.
No, you followed your dreams. No more dreams for you, mate.
I'm still dreaming correct. Are you kidding me?
As long as your dreams are after my dreams, because we've done your dreams for 20-something years. So now it's my dreams, okay? So you can have your dreams as well. I'll be kind enough to give you time for your dreams, but only if they don't affect my dreams.
Is that that would be geriatric?
No, at all. No, I won't even do that. No, I won't do that. I'm not that bad. But no, please, I've given up dreams. So now let me face my dreams. I mean, it's an interesting one, and I think it's just an interesting one. But I found it most interesting that a gentleman had. I don't know whether I like this lighting. Anyway, I found it most interesting that a gentleman made that comment. And so if you're a gentleman out there and you have given up your dream for your spouse or for your family and you are willing to come and talk about it, you can come on Zaza Zooms in and we'll have a chat. But I think it's a very, very interesting one because, again, what is a dream? It's such a huge thing. What is a dream? Like what we're saying, is it a career dream? Is it like a dream? Is it just a wish? Is it, what... But I think the most important thing is the communication so that the resentment doesn't set in.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes.
That with us women, certainly much earlier on in our lives, there was this thing of, I'm supporting him. What about me? Type of thing with not so much with me, but I know with a lot of people there's a huge space for resentment there if you're not talking about it, and especially if the person who you've given up your dreams for is not even acknowledging
doesn't seem to acknowledge
that you've given up dreams or that you even have dreams. So it's
that's why communication is key.
Well, we're always saying it, that it's all about communication.
That's why communication is key.
But I think some things are harder to communicate than others, and I think also this is the problem again, and we spoke about this on this episode of Zaza Zooms, was that you now become like you're selfish and mean when you are now putting your foot down because you want to do your dream. Because for so long you've supported your spouse. When you now suddenly say, well, I'm not doing that anymore, I want to do this, it now seems like you're being awkward, you're being uncooperative. You know what I mean? And so it's all about balance. It's really communication.
It's communication.
It's still back to communication.
Yeah, it's all about communication. And I think also within that communication, when expressing, this is what I put my foot down, this is what I want to do, that also has to be communicated. What do I mean? Communication is the art of passing a message to the next person so they understand. If you've come in a manner in which they do not understand,
we've had this conversation before.
You've not communicated.
The conversation about the towel on the floor that you keep walking past, that's why we spoke about communication.
Right, now my mind is foggy there. I don't understand what you're talking about. I can't remember it. What did Bill Clinton say? I don't recall. Sorry. Yes. So yes, communicating in a way that the other person understands. So your message is clear. So if,
and I think also communicating kindly, because it's one thing to now
well,
come
you
from.
see, this is the point I was trying to make.
Okay.
If you come in an offensive manner,
Yeah.
you're not going to get
Yeah.
listened to or heard. So you have, and this is the point what I was saying about the point of communication, which is that the other person understands what you're saying. Your message is gotten across. That's it.
That's it. So yes, till next time.
Indeed. Till next time.
You're not going to say au revoir, ciao,
No,
à la prochaine,
I was going to say sayonara.
sayonara. Same difference. See you.